What's up, everybody? This is Fiddy.
I'm Izzy.
And this is How We Talk
Podcast.
That's right. And who do we have today on the show?
We have Daniel Gullett, but that's how you were pronouncing it.
It's
and
incorrect.
I heard you pronounce it
definitely
Gullett.
Gullett.
Gullett. Okay.
Gullett.
Often mispronounced though, so don't worry about it.
I don't know why I said Gullett. Honestly,
People do that a lot. I don't know where they do it, but people do that a lot.
Yeah.
How do you spell your last name?
Gullett.
That's why.
Because of the
Because
double
it
T.
should. Spanish teaches us
Oh, is
that
it?
we should kind of like roll it like that. Or
Interesting.
the double L.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Is the Y.
Is that why?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Is that why?
Well, we can blame it on that.
Yeah, we'll blame it on the Spaniards.
Well, I apologize for the
no
mispronunciation.
worries.
of
No,
your
we're
name.
good. Daniel Gullett,
But
Daniel
also
Gullett.
known as...
Dodgers 50-50 raffle guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you said Carrot Top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or carrot top or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
about my hair though.
Of
for
course.
Sure.
Yeah,
It's a signature hair, man.
It is.
It is a
It's-
signature.
I feel like the real Carrot Top might take issue with me saying that I have his signature hair, but
Yeah.
I guess for Dodger Stadium, it is kind of a signature hair.
Oh, here's a good question. Did you know, when did you find out about Carrot Top?
When did I find
The
out about
first time
Carrot
you ever
Top?
found out about him? Because you're 21?
I'm 21, yeah. But I've known about, I've known about him for, I can't tell you when the first time I ever heard about him was, but it was before I started working at Dodger Stadium for sure. But when going into the job, I knew who that was.
Yeah.
But people still seem to think I might not know who he is. Sometimes people show me, I'll be working at Dodger Stadium and some people will say like, do you know who this is? And I'll be like, no, I have no idea. I'll say that. I'm like, who is that? And then they're like, oh, he's a comedian. I'm like, oh, okay. And it's always funny because people around that person will always kind of know that I clearly know who it is. So I can kind of see people like laughing or smirking, but then the person's always like, oh, he's really funny. You should check him out. I'm like, oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I'll Google him.
Yeah, I'll Google him. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Was that your inspiration for the hair? Or that's always,
no.
How long have you had your fro?
I started growing my hair out in my sophomore year of high school because I remember my hair was getting a little long, and I told my mom, hey, I want to cut my hair. And she said, I thought you were going to grow your hair out. So I said, that stirred something in me. And I said, okay, because you said that, I'm not going to cut my hair for a year. And she said, that's not true. And I said, it is true. And that was like 5 or 6 years ago now. And I haven't really gotten a real haircut since. So
a trim here and there, maybe?
I've had like three trims in like 5 years.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's 5 years in the making.
This is like 5 years in the making right here. Yeah. I'm actually scheduled for a trim tomorrow, and I'm going to a curly hair salon, so they'll know how to do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Is that
worried.
a thing?
It's a thing. Yeah, it's definitely a thing.
A curling hair salon?
A curly hair salon.
Curly hair
Curly
salon,
hair
okay.
salon. Yeah. Because one thing that keeps me from going to get any sort of haircut, be it trim or whatever, is I don't want people messing it up. I don't want people thinking they're going to do trim but then going too low or whatever. So I'm going to a curly hair salon where I know they're going to do it right.
Yeah,
Sure
yeah.
do.
That makes sense.
Yeah, right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Is that a fro? Because he called it a fro.
I think it's a fro. Why
it a
not?
fro?
It's
Yeah,
a fro.
I think it's a fro.
It's a fro.
Isn't it?
Yeah, a fro.
Yeah.
Ginge fro.
Ginge fro.
That's what people
Ginge
call
fro.
it. Ginge fro.
Do they
That's what
really?
people call it.
Ginge
Yeah,
fro.
why not?
The ginge fro. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
Hashtag ginge fro.
Hashtag ginge fro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make
Sure.
a shirt. I'm gonna make a shirt.
Please do.
Ginge fro.
Please do.
Yeah.
I would wear that.
Nice.
Yeah,
There you
for
go.
sure.
Make sure.
So for when I go to the game,
It's on camera now. Now you have to
Now
do
you
it.
gotta do it.
Dang, I do. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man of my word.
Sure.
How long have you been working at the stadium as the 50-50 raffle guy?
Well, I've only ever worked at the stadium as doing 50-50.
Oh, okay.
But I started working there the 2017 season. This is the 2019 season now, so this is my third year there.
Nice.
And yeah, just kind of I saw on a job posting board online, I saw 50-50 for another place. I forget where it was. I think it was like some minor league hockey team or something like that. But then I thought, oh, I know the Dodger Stadium does that. Might as well apply. And so I applied, and then they called me for an interview, and I came in, and I thought it went well, but I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know. You just never know,
Yeah.
But then I didn't hear anything for a while, and I was bummed. I was so bummed because I really needed a job at the time. And I thought, oh, I guess I didn't get it. And I was literally in the middle of like scrolling through another like online job posting board, and then I get a call on my phone. I'm like, that's weird. And then, well, not really, but I looked at my phone and I saw it was a number from LA, and I was like, okay, like I think this could be Dodgers. And then I pick up and I say hello, and they say, "Oh, hey, it's Nikki from the 50/50 Raffle. We'd like to know." And I was like, "Oh, yes." And then I started doing it, and rest is history, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nice. You know, when he was saying that story, I thought he was going to go, yeah, this is Dave Roberts.
Right. Oh, yeah, this is Dave Roberts. Yeah, I make these decisions now.
So the process of the interview for the 50/50, how did that go?
It was you meet at Dodger Stadium. We sat in club level while we kind of filled out our little, employment application thing or whatever. And then they called us in. It was a group interview. And they just talked to us about, like, why you think you'd be good at the job, what's your job history, blah, blah, blah. Just like a standard job interview, really.
Yeah.
And then they asked us, they actually brought us out and they had us kind of like role play doing 50/50.
Right,
They're like, we want to see how you guys would do selling raffle tickets. And they had me go first. I don't know why, but they had me go first. I assume they assume like this guy looks like he can kind of, be bold. Yeah. So they said like, okay, go do it. And I kind of just started like yelling. I was like 50/50, 50/50 here. And then I got the job. So yeah.
Nice.
I think they interviewed a lot of people, it seemed like, and they didn't hire. We have like 30 people, but they didn't hire too many people. So I was glad to get the job.
Yeah. No, that's good. I mean, I think they have a lot of employees at Dodger Stadium,
of course.
But how many people do you think apply? Like tons of people probably apply, right?
For a job like 50/50, where you don't really have to have any. There's no real requirements to have the job. You don't need to go to school or anything, and it's basically like having a free ticket to every game. It's a lot of people want to do it. So yeah.
I mean, you just gotta have a loud voice, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not even. I mean, yeah.
So when you're actually out, when you said a free game, how much of the game do you actually get to watch?
I get to watch a decent amount. I mean, I'm in the stands for like the entire thing, so I'm just kind of there watching. A lot of the times my back is turned to the game because I'm have to be working, but and I've kind of learned to watch the game through like the fans basically and peripherals. Yeah, but I've learned to watch a lot of the game through the fans, like see how they're reacting, if something good's happening or not. Yeah. But yeah, I watch. I mean, I watch a lot of the game. I watch as much as I can because I'm there, so might as well watch it. Of
course.
Yeah. And
then, do you guys have like a quota or to sell, or it's just?
No quota. There is kind of we have like a goal every game for what we shoot for, usually around 30,000. We try to get that. But no goal. There's like, incentives. There's yearly incentives for the raffle ticket sellers, like 3 brackets. I think like the first bracket is 80. If you hit $85,000 for the season, then you get, I think it's Loge tickets. And then the next bracket up is like 120,000. And if you get that, then you get field tickets. And the next bracket up is like 150 or 60,000. And if you get that, then you get like dugout club tickets.
Nice.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. And I'm a pretty good salesman, so I get all those tickets every year. So it's pretty
good.
Cool.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Nice,
Thank you.
nice.
Yes.
That's a good incentive, though, right?
Heck yeah.
Pushes me for sure. Yeah.
It has to be the hair. I mean, and you as a person.
You sound like a commercial, like, but that's soon. It has to be the hair.
It has to be the hair.
No, but
you know what? Because he said it a few times that you're a staple there. You really are.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
I mean, kind of do. Yeah. It's kind of weird. Like, I just started working there, and then, like, I was kind of saying to you guys earlier, it did not take long until people were like, I see you on TV all the time, and we know who you are. And at first it was like, it didn't feel like anything, but now it's become kind of like a thing where I know that I'm known and that a lot of people in the stadium know who I am. And it's just kind of weird. It just is. Yeah. And like literally every game, people tell me, my fellow 50/50 raffle ticket sellers, they were like, yeah, I was working reserve today, and like 3 or 4 people asked where you were. And I was like, oh, okay. I've never really worked in reserve, but that's cool. Like, that's flattering. That's very nice. Yeah.
Just as you were talking, I was thinking of like things like that could happen. Do they ever announce 50/50 and like the camera's always like on you on the jumbo? On
me?
Yeah.
Oh, no. They never.
That's never happened?
No. Well, because by the time they've announced the numbers, I'm out of there.
Okay.
We're not selling when they announce the numbers, because for California state law, you actually have to physically draw a ticket. You can't just press a number on a computer that shows the ticket. You have to like physically draw out of a barrel the ticket.
So we did ours wrong tonight.
Well, maybe. Yeah,
there's nothing right about our show. So.
But yeah, so by the time it's announced, I'm out of there. But
or what if not the winning number, but just 50-50 in general? Like, we're selling 50-50 now.
Oh well,
but
you're like the kiss cam, and they show.
Yeah,
him
but he's such a known 50-50.
So,
you know, that they purposely look for him. You know what I mean?
They've never done that, but one time, not yet. But one time they were doing
photo shoot.
We were doing a big. Our 50-50 was going to the hurricane in Houston. Mm-hmm. When that was going on in 2017, our benefits were going to the Houston hurricane.
Right.
And it was like a big. It was a big game. I forget which game it was, but it was a big game, and we could tell the jackpot was going to be really big tonight because we were really pushing for it. And I was just selling, doing my thing. The sales were crazy, and then all of a sudden, somebody taps me on the shoulder, and they're like, "You need to go to the field." And I was like, "What?" And they're like, "We need you on the field. You're going to be on camera." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then they brought me on the field, and they're basically like, "Hey, we're doing the 50-50 tonight. Make sure you're buying." And they basically just wanted me there just to kind of
advertise,
just to kind of be there. So that's kind of the closest I could get to that. But
yeah.
That's definitely it right there. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just in my head, I'm just picturing that, you know, like, you know how like they'll do like at a basketball game, and then the camera goes to the bull, and he's like sliding down the stairs.
You know what?
Something funny or something.
I used to do. I could see that
happening.
I only did it for one season. I did 50-50 for the Clippers and for the Kings, and the Clippers did a couple things with me. For kind of like the camera for the audience sort of thing. One thing was they had me on the court, like saying like, "Hey, 50-50," and then all of a sudden their mascot, who's like, I don't know what he is. He's like a pelican or something like that. I'm not quite sure. He's a bird of some sort.
Yeah, it's a vulture.
It's a vulture. Yeah.
I don't know.
All of a sudden he comes up and he has a wig on, and it's like a curly hair wig, kind of like me. He was like pretending to be me basically. And so that was one thing. And then another thing they did there was they were like, "Okay, celebrity lookalike game," or like, "What celebrity?" No, it was like, "What celebrities are here?" And they were like kind of showing people that weren't celebrities, but been like, "Hey, there's this guy," and then they cut to me, and they're like, "Hey, Carrot Top's here," and that got some
That's
sort of
funny.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So the Kings game too, then.
Kings too, yeah.
Kings,
I've done Dodgers, Clippers, Kings, and Rams, but I'm only really doing Dodgers right now.
Yeah,
not Kings or Clippers right now.
All right. I think there's gonna be a demand for Daniel.
Yeah,
right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, you know, here's the thing. Like, you go to Dodger Stadium, and there's always the peanut guy. That one peanut guy. I don't know their names. You know, I'm not that into them. I guess I'm into the 50-50 guy. But there is that old timer that's always there. You know, the one that throws it behind your back.
I know it. Believe me, I know it.
Are you? Does that ever go through your mind? Like, am I going to be that 50-50 guy? Am I going to be here 20 years?
Oh. No, I hope not. I mean, I gotta be honest. I don't think that's not what I aspire to be. But
because you're it now.
Yeah.
But 20.
But
years,
if
15,
I was actually thinking about that on the way here, like, what if? I mean, it's not going to. I'm not going. This is not going to be my life. But like, what if you decided this was just going to be your thing, and in 20 years you were still here doing this thing?
We'll have you back on the show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
For the 20-year reunion.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah. Would it be a bad thing?
No.
I mean, I don't know how I'd pay my bills, but
hey,
yeah.
You said that's not what you aspire to be. What do you aspire to be?
You know, I'm really into acting and writing.
Okay.
Writing especially, I'm really into writing. I focus on playwriting mostly, but I really want to start doing I would love to get into doing TV writing and stuff like that.
Right on.
Yeah. You just got to find those inroads, got to find those inroads. But
yeah.
I'm into that kind of stuff.
What style?
Comedic.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Most fun, of course. Yeah.
Right.
But comedic, dramatic, I don't really want to, I'm not going to peg myself into one or the other.
Right.
And I think especially with TV writing a lot, it's kind of like, I think for a lot of time it's kind of, you get what you get. If you get a writing job for TV, then you do it. Like my dad's friend who's a writer for TV, he's written for like shows like Care Bears and Kim Possible and stuff like that. Obviously he didn't really aspire to, that's not really what he aspired to do, but he's still writing for TV and he's doing what he can do. So yeah.
No, that's cool.
I'm sure he loves to do it because he probably wouldn't be doing it for so many years.
He's working, so it's great. But That's probably just not what he envisioned himself doing, but it's great still.
Yeah.
All right.
And anything that you've done lately, like
I'm working on a play right now. I'm gonna get it up at this acting studio that I'm right at.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm looking to put it up there for a weekend in a couple months. So
nice.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
Anything on big films or just
nothing like that.
mostly just acting like the theater acting.
Theater acting
Yeah.
mostly right now. Yeah. Looking for those inroads again.
Yeah. Right on. That's cool.
Yeah. Have you done one before that played out or however you?
I've done like a lot. I've never put a play up. I would love to do that, but never put one up.
No.
Because I know you did. You had one that you posted Fish Bowls.
Oh, that was a friend of mine's play. Yeah,
okay.
You were snooping on my Instagram, huh?
Yeah, it's got a troll. I got
no,
a troll.
you're good.
Gotta do my
just
research.
doing your research. Yeah, just doing your research. Yeah, I was in my.
We'll talk
friend's
about that
play.
other weird picture later.
Right. Oh, okay. Is there more? Right. Oh, yeah. There's another weird, super weird picture. Yeah, that was my friend's play that I was in. She wrote that.
Yeah,
it was really fun. So yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Do
So,
whatever you can do.
was this something that you did like right out of high school, or did you go to college?
You know what? I went to college for about a semester just to kind of go, but I kind of just decided that if I want to go down the path of acting and writing, then I'd rather just go and start doing it rather than spending a lot of money and getting in debt and stuff like that. And that's just the route I took. And I've never been a great student or anything like that. So it's kind of what I decided to do.
Yeah. I hear there's a lot of people that are, not doing the school route anymore because of that. They don't want to be
it's expensive.
So
It's expensive.
right now,
Yeah.
And they're like, I'd rather just go out there and hustle on my own and do my own
You
thing.
know what it is? It's the whole social media, social marketing. It is.
Everybody's trying to be an influencer.
We talked about this before, where it's not old school back in the day like our parents, where they had one job.
Yeah.
We have opportunities to make money everywhere.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It's
hustle.
true. It's true.
Yeah.
Like people are doing like more, just like 3 or 4 things now and like, or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's not like things are becoming less traditional now for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's like in a household, like it's really hard unless you have so many different outlets like that and getting paid 10 or 15 different ways.
Right.
But for the average person, you can't really have a household with just one income. You have to have that combined income.
Yeah.
I mean, trust me, I've seen it everywhere, and it's just, it's hard.
Yeah.
But I mean, and going back to the school thing, they're saying it's going to be it could be an issue, dude, where no one's going to be wanting to go to school anymore.
Yeah.
The funds, most of them are funds, like
I really do think it's becoming less. When I was growing up, it was kind of looked at like you got to go to college. Like you got to go to college. That's just what you got to do. I really think that now, like the tides haven't completely turned, but I think it's a lot more like, okay, do what you want to do. Like if you want to go to college, that's great, but there are benefits to both and there's drawbacks to both. So just do what you want to do.
Yeah. Well, back
whatever works for you.
Exactly. Well, and then going back to that is back in the day, in high school, they used to have trades, where they still do have like ROP when we were going there and, construction, but they really don't push that. They push you to go maybe for a credit or something, go to college. But back then, I don't think it was so much go to college, go to university. They knew, when I say they, faculty, administrators, they knew which kid, and not to single them out, but they knew which kid wouldn't be a college student.
Right.
Interesting.
Start showing them other things, and that's when they had mechanic shops.
Put them under the car. Let them change some oil.
No, seriously, yeah.
Interesting.
Show them a trade, a different, because we're gonna need trade. We're gonna need plumbers. We're gonna need everybody.
So for sure.
I think that's probably the route that they're gonna start going to now.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it has to, and like you said, it's a cycle thing. Like it's going back to that, or a tide, right?
Right. Sure.
Yeah.
So we might see that again. That's what I think.
I like that. A tide.
Yeah. A tide.
You saw that?
No.
Oh.
A tide?
No. I thought nothing. I thought you saw that somewhere like on a
post.
Oh.
No, he just said it right now.
I didn't say anything about tide.
Didn't you say that?
No, I did not say anything about that.
I just said it right now.
You said it. Yeah.
Dude, you gotta give yourself some credit, man.
Yeah, I
it's
guess
very
so.
good.
But roll tide. But anyways, yeah, I sometimes do that.
Who knew we'd be on that subject?
Right? Yeah, I do. We do that all the time, though. We go off on weird subjects. But did you grow up as a Dodger fan?
Yes.
I'm going back to Dodgers now. Sorry.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
please. That's I grew up as a Dodger fan. I remember at my first game I went to, I was about 4 years old, and we sat in the bleachers, and it was to a Expos game. We were playing the Expos, the Dodgers Expos. Yeah.
You remember those Expos?
Yeah.
That's kind of I don't know. I feel like it's kind of cool that I got to see them before they got out of there, because I think it might have been like either their last season or one of their last seasons before they were moved back to Washington.
Yeah.
So first game, we sat in the bleachers. It was against the Expos, and I had this little booster seat. I remember because I was so short. I was really small. I had this little booster seat, so I wouldn't be too uncomfortable. But then I just always been a Dodger fan. Always been really excited to go to games. I started really kind of following it more, probably about 4 or 5 years ago in high school. I probably started following it a little bit more, just because baseball, it's it's great, but I think that once you're kind of old enough to really kind of understand it and get into the intricacies of it, it becomes a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Once you kind of just start being able to kind of allow yourself to like the slowness of it, you'll start liking it more.
Yeah.
So around probably like 2015 or 16, I really started getting into baseball, and now I'm like, I'm a nut. Like I'm all over it.
Yeah. Stats and everything. You get?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
I think
Bellinger's doing amazing, by the way.
Bellinger, dude. I think didn't I just talk about that? Bellinger. I said I know it's early in the season, but that guy is MVP candidate.
I'm telling you, I have no reason to believe this really, but I really think that coming into the season, he had that on his mind. I think that he had and this could be an MVP year for me. I think I could do it. I think he's thinking about it.
I like that. I like that his approach to the plate is way different. So he already knows what he's gonna do before he gets to the plate.
Does he really?
His approach, yeah, I think he does. I think he knows, because it's all about setups, right? So he sees the runner, he knows exactly how he's gonna, if he gets pitched. Because right now with stats, back in the day, dude, a pitcher would go out there and just fucking pitch.
Yeah.
And he'd grind it and do as much as he can. But now analytics,
you gotta rest them.
You got that, and everybody has a cheat sheet.
Right.
Right. There's a cheat sheet on everybody. Right.
Right. Interesting.
So now it's like you go in there, and where I think the stats and everything, the analytics is good, but I think you're gonna get a lot of these old school players, which is weird, because I think how old is he? Cody Bellinger, 23.
He's
24?
like 22 or 23.
22,
he's not very much older than me.
Young dude, but he's gonna bring that old school ball playing back.
Yeah. Especially with his dad being a former professional player.
Yeah.
Like that kind of.
He has that all in there, right? And I think his grandfather play too?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I might be making shit up, but again.
We don't fact check here.
So, we don't fact check. Nobody's gonna check you.
No one's gonna check us. They probably post everything online. He like when he gets the when they pull the switch on him, right? He's lefty, right? So they shift on him. He's hitting to the third base now,
right?
And he started off that way, but sophomore year, right? His sophomore year, it was all home runs, right?
Right.
Let's go for the home runs, and he just wasn't doing it. Now he's going back to that.
I don't know if this is still true, but a little while ago, he was leading, I think, either the National Leagues or the majors in both home runs and infield hits.
Yeah,
which is crazy. Like to be leading in both those things is nutty. Like that's crazy.
I don't think he's leading in home runs anymore.
He's not anymore. That's right.
But he was. Yeah.
Yelich is now.
Yeah, Yelich. Yeah, that guy.
He's still been doing great though.
He had 3 home runs in one game. I think he did. Right.
This season?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
We don't fact check.
We don't fact check.
Maybe it was 2. Maybe it was just 2. He went back to back, but. That guy's doing insane too. That's gonna be that run right there, Yelich and
Bellinger. Christian Yelich,
yep. That's gonna be the one to go. But going back to the baseball, I think the teenager, as far as attention span, the teenage years, you're lost. That you're not thinking. It's when you're a little kid, when you're a little kid watching the Dodgers. You go with your dad. Whatever.
Yeah.
As you're a teenager, emo, right? I don't want to do any of that.
Right.
The game's too slow.
Right.
You're starting to watch basketball now, maybe some football.
Right.
And then, like you said, once you get old enough to accept that the game is slow and appreciate it more,
right.
Go back to it.
It just feels so much more intense. My big beef with basketball, and I don't want to start any controversy here.
It's playoffs,
I don't want anybody coming after me. I know. I'm not really following it, to be honest with you. But my big beef with basketball is that the scoring is not as fun in basketball. Because it's always constantly happening, that it's not as fun. Because in baseball, somebody scores a run, and it's such a big deal. It's so fun. But in basketball, it's like every single thing. Yeah. The scoring doesn't become as fun. Just my opinion.
Why do you think it's not? Well, not that it's not fun, but why do you think that there's too much of the scoring?
Too much scoring?
High points. Over 100. Every game is over 100 points.
Yeah, I mean that's just kind of the nature of the game, I guess.
No defense. These guys are not playing defense more, but that's because of officiating.
Right.
You know, now you can't even put a hand on a guy.
Right.
It's a
Don't
foul.
touch me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's, yeah.
Oh, see?
The reffing. What do you say? Like the rule, the
yeah, the
officiating
rule,
is I feel like it's way too strict,
sensitive.
way too sensitive
Way
in
too
basketball.
sensitive.
They need to kind of, in my opinion, they need to kind of be a little looser on that because it really is like you barely graze a guy's hand when he's shooting. It's like, oh, that's a foul. Like, come on,
Yeah.
like it's I don't know. That's just me, but
I don't want to. I mean, we don't need to see hard fouls,
right.
grab them,
You
throw them
can't
down.
punch somebody in
it's
the
not.
face.
It's not the
No
the
hockey.
70s. You know.
Yeah.
But definitely, take a nice little foul. Like now, you can't even touch the elbow. And
Right.
James Harden with his jump back.
Right.
It's like, come on. It's too sensitive.
I agree.
That's why all the scores right now it's like 120, and that's average. Average score is probably out again. We don't fact check. 114.
Right. Yeah.
Average
more or
score?
less. Yeah.
Yeah.
More or less, sure. Based off of
I'm not a
nothing, it
basketball
sounds
fan.
about right to me.
But yeah, there's no defense because they're
No.
afraid to get fouled out.
Right.
And so often these guys get fouled out. Like in the playoffs, they're getting fouled out. Playoffs. That's when they're supposed to let shit go.
I know.
Yeah.
Believe me.
I still watch it, but I agree with you on that.
Are you Lakers?
Oh yeah.
Gotcha. Of course.
I'm not watching now, but no, I still watch. I still watch the playoffs.
Who are you rooting for now?
I don't really have. I just want to watch
Just
good
watching?
games. Yeah,
Gotcha.
because I'm LA. I'm not gonna go. I'm a Clippers fan because I don't like Clippers fans, man.
No.
I don't like them.
Who are they?
Yeah, we know who are. Clippers fans are all the people that are from out of town and they moved to LA.
Yeah.
And they wanted to choose a team, but they're not going to jump on the Lakers bandwagon.
Yeah.
Right.
Or is it that the Lakers haven't been relevant? Or no, they're always relevant, but they haven't been winning for the last 5 years. And the Clippers fans.
I heard on the radio they have like the worst record over the last 6 years. They have the worst record in the NBA.
The Lakers?
The Lakers.
Yeah.
That's crazy that the LA Lakers. That's crazy.
The NBA they don't like that. They want the Knicks and they want the Knicks. They want Boston and they want LA.
When's the last time the Knicks were good? By the way,
40 years ago.
that's
maybe?
crazy.
35 years ago, 30 years
And
ago.
basketball is so huge in New York.
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
They had a few years with like those Melo years,
Right.
Where they were like,
But nothing really happened.
no.
I don't know.
You don't
But-
watch basketball?
Not at all.
Just baseball? Or do
I
we
watch
watch baseball?
no, I watch a lot of
Curling, Olympic curling.
baseball. Curling. You know what that is?
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of basketball. No.
Why don't you like basketball?
Oh,
I'm turning the tables on you.
I don't know. It's pretty boring to me.
Really?
Yeah. I think because growing up, I didn't play it. I played a lot of baseball. My dad
Okay.
always had us in baseball or
Gotcha.
soccer, but basketball was just not something we played.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah. I feel like baseball is more of a sport than basketball is. Basketball is so showy and it's a big event. You go see this big event, whereas baseball feels like more of a sport to me. I don't know. Again, just my opinion.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your opinion, but to say it's more of a sport, that's
I
never
want
thought
people
about
to
that.
be coming after me after this game.
That's
People-
bold, man.
I
That
need
is a bold-
people
yeah.
to have an issue with me after this.
yeah.
Everybody's gonna be wearing their Lakers
Yeah.
jerseys at the Dodger game.
Seriously,
Like, yo,
nobody's gonna want to buy raffle tickets for
Yeah.
me. This is the end
No,
of my
no.
career.
Hashtag
No,
Jim
hey, that's your opinion. No, that's another thing, man. Everybody feels like they're right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
no.
and that's the thing. I can say all day long that I'm not a big fan of basketball, but then somebody who likes basketball is me like, I don't care. I love basketball, and I'm like, oh, that's fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what it is baseball is an American pastime.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's
you
what
know?
it is. I feel like a lot of people really.
I'm a Dodger fan, but I could just watch baseball.
No, me too. Every day.
You know?
It's there's so much richness, not like wealth, but just like so much like history
Yeah.
and just I don't know. I love it.
Yeah.
It's from getting together with your friends, your
Yeah.
family. It's from going to the ballpark, getting those peanuts,
Yeah.
getting the hot dog,
Can't beat it.
beer.
Can't beat it.
Well, you just barely started drinking beer, so
I don't even drink, but
Oh,
yeah,
good,
but
good
I
for
guess I'm
you.
of age, but yeah,
okay.
yeah, and
But,
it's just
the whole experience.
the whole experience.
It's an experience. It's not just watching a game. It's an experience.
Yes.
No. And I'll say to the day I die, baseball has the best playoffs. I really believe that. It just feels so intense.
They're way more intense.
It's way more
Way
intense.
more
intense, yeah.
I love playoff baseball
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah. Hockey's fun too. When
People,
it's,
that's the other
yeah.
thing. People always say hockey
Yeah,
playoffs. I still like baseball.
Yeah, no,
playoffs, but
I would put baseball playoffs up in that number one. For
I
sure.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
and
it.
And then probably hockey. Even though I don't watch it as much, I would say
Playoffs
when
over
I
the
watch.
Super Bowl?
See, that's the thing. The Super.
Did you
No,
watch this last Super Bowl? Oh my gosh.
Well, you got to say NFL playoffs, so because we're talking playoffs. Super Bowl is just one game, and then you have in the final NBA finals. That's one game, right? But Super Bowl is just one game. That's different, dude. That's another thing. That's an experience. The Super Bowl, it's about getting together, barbecue, watching commercials. Which one's the best one? Even though they've been lame in the last 4 years.
They are not that good anymore. The commercials are not that good.
You need to start writing commercials is what you need to do.
Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll go ahead and do that.
Yeah, they're not. They're just not creative anymore. Now it's just like, who can we make cry?
I think that's what it is. I can't, honestly, it's been like 3 or 4 years since I was like, those commercials were super funny.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And there used to be this thing about waiting for the Super Bowl to watch the commercials.
Yeah.
And now it's like, they're all over YouTube, and this is going to be.
Oh, that's another. Yeah, spoilers. You know what I mean? There's too many spoilers.
Yeah.
It's like Super Bowl commercials are now like the NBA slam dunk contest.
Right.
It's oversaturated.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
What you need to change it up.
Yeah.
Do something different.
Yeah.
You need to fly down off a helicopter. I don't know.
Bungee jump, something.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, I know. The hockey one. So Kings, right?
Kings.
What year? Last year?
I did it the 2017 to 18 season.
Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't. Oh, they were in the playoffs.
Yeah, they were in the playoffs. They were in the playoffs, and they got swept by the Knights. Yeah. Swept.
Fucking Knights. Hey, but the Knights went out and won it. They won it.
No, they didn't. They
won it the next year.
They got to the. Did they? No.
Wait, I thought they.
No, they got to the.
See,
they
that's
got
why
to
I'm
the
not
Stanley.
a big hockey fan.
Yeah,
I didn't even know there was a team named the Knights.
Vegas Golden Knights. Yeah, they got to the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Vegas has a hockey team.
You didn't know this.
You didn't know that?
The hottest place on earth has a hockey team.
I'm surprised this is the first time you're hearing about this.
Seriously.
Yeah, they got
You didn't know that?
No, dude.
Shit.
You're so far behind.
That's like saying I'm gonna go sell ice in Vegas.
Vegas is the hottest place, but it has its coldest hotels and coldest casinos. So there you go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hotels are notoriously cold, though. Have you ever been?
They can't make
next time you guys are in a hotel, just take a moment to really feel the weather around you, because they keep those hotels cold. I mean, the AC in there is on another level. I'm just saying, next time you go in, check in, because it is cold.
I love me a cold hotel, dude.
I do too. It feels so nice. It feels so nice.
Because over here at home, I pay the bill. I don't want to. That AC is blasting. I'm like,
you're not paying for it there.
Ching.
Do you take the shampoo and the conditioner when you go there also?
Everything.
Please.
The only thing I don't take is in the fridge, because they charge you for that.
Oh yeah, I know it. Yeah. I didn't realize last time I went. I didn't realize that.
You cleared it out.
No, I didn't clear it out. But I took like a protein bar, and
charge you $14 for it.
I was like, oh shoot, that was kind of an expensive protein bar. It turns out.
Sure hope I got my protein.
I've had a 14. I've had a 14. What is it, like 4-ounce can of Perrier for like $14?
Yeah.
Really?
Something like that, you know.
Last time I went to a hotel, I got like eggs and bacon and potatoes and toast, and I think that was it. And it was like, I'm not kidding. There must have been. I think there was like one more thing, but it was like $30 for room service for that.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
But it's a convenient fee, dude. That's what you're paying for.
But I mean, that's a lot. That's a big convenience right there. Whatever. But
yeah. Well, see, we get upset. Like, all right, you found the best rate, the best deal you can get. You probably tried to use a discount code, AAA, blah, blah. And then when you go in there, they got to make up that money back, dude.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
So there it is.
I get it.
It's a give and take, man.
Sure.
I got family in the hotel business.
Yeah.
How did we get on a hotel topic?
Bro, it's just like, it's a big ping pong machine over here, man. That's what we do.
Sure.
See, let's go back to Dodgers then.
No, we were talking about the Kings and something.
That was just in passing.
Right.
And passing on our way to the hotel.
Correct.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the Kings, they went to the playoffs. I don't want to go back to this. We kind of already talked about it. But then they couldn't even win a single game.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed because I'd never been to a hockey playoff game before, and everybody had kind of hyped it up for me, like, oh, it's crazy. It's like no other playoffs like it. And I went, and I was a little underwhelmed.
You could say disappointed.
I was a little disappointed.
Yeah.
A little disappointed.
Yeah. You know, it's because the Kings were coming back from a back-to-back. Dude, they won championships back-to-back. Right. So you have that you're expecting them to do something, right? And then, they got swept. So that was unfortunate.
What are you going to do?
Exactly. What are you going to do, right?
Nothing.
Live to
Move on.
fight another
It's
day.
like it's just like being a Dodger fan. Every year disappointment. What are you gonna do?
But are you really? See, I've had that argument so many times, specifically with my cousin Danny over here. He goes, he started a hashtag, which I'm sure has already existed. He's just piggybacking on it. Fire Dave Roberts, right? Because they're upset about the pitching changes and this and that. Okay, you know that how many times have the Dodgers gone to the World Series?
Total?
Yeah, no. Lately, recently,
We've gone twice,
back
to back.
And then how many times have we won the division?
6 years in a row.
Since Dave Roberts has been here.
No, that's going back to Mattingly.
Oh, 5 years. Dave Roberts been here for 4 or 5 years.
He's been here for this is his 4th year.
4th year, okay.
Right.
Anyways, forget about the Dave Roberts part. My point is the Dodgers are really good right now.
Yeah.
We should be excited that we get to watch.
I mean, I definitely would rather us be in this spot where we've been to the playoffs 6 years in a row but never won it all, than be somebody like a fan of the, whatever, the Marlins or whatever, and haven't been to the playoffs for, forever.
Right.
So it's better to at least be enjoying baseball and
Exactly.
invested in it,
Yeah.
and not get the whole big shebang than being not interested in it at all. So
I mean, obviously you want to see them win the World Series.
Yeah.
Of course.
a lot to
That's what
ask
we
for.
watch for.
a lot to ask for maybe this year.
Yeah, dude, Cody Bellinger, he's hot.
Cody Bell, he is hot.
Justin Turner needs to step his shit up.
So does Chris Taylor.
Oh my God, Chris Taylor.
He's slumping right now.
Yeah, he is.
But he's the type of player where
But
that
he
he's
needs
slumping right now, but that guy can get hot quick.
Yeah,
So
but he needs to start. Not. He's a player that needs to start in order for him to get his, because he needs more playing time. That's what I mean to say.
I think that
So
if he doesn't pick it up and if he doesn't start getting if he doesn't start getting hits in like a week or two, I do think we're going to be seeing a little less Chris Taylor. But he needs to be starting because he's proved that he's a great player. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's a great player, and great players get sent down. Just like Puig did, he got sent down. So he's one of those players where I believe he's going to get sent down.
I wouldn't be
see what he can fix his shit and then come back.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Puig? Do you guys have any opinions on Puig?
You know what? I think that guy's he's a really good player. Not great. You remember I was about to say great, huh? When he started, everybody thought he was going to be a great player. They're comparing him to Mike Trout.
They're comparing him to LeBron James. They said he might be the LeBron James.
The LeBron James of baseball.
They said that.
Yeah. Now, in hindsight, he's not. He's I don't. He's a good average player.
Right.
He's inconsistent. His defense is good. I like his glove.
Right.
I like his defense out there, but he's a bit of a clown. But baseball needs that. Baseball needs a little bit of a clown.
I love it.
Yeah, they need that. So, we asked me specifically about Puig or Puig in LA.
I was asking you just specifically about Puig.
All right, that's what I'm thinking about. Puig.
There you go.
Good player. Good player. Good for baseball.
Great. Love it.
In LA, I'm gonna add this
Sure,
one.
please.
Puig in LA. Puig in LA. I say whatever helps win a World Series, brings the World Series to the Dodgers.
Right.
So if it was getting rid of him and bringing an experience, because you got rid of him, you got rid of some salary. Bringing in an experienced, veteran outfielder like AJ Pollock.
Right.
Then I say it's worth it.
Right.
Why not?
And there was talk about how he was a problem in the clubhouse and stuff like that.
Well, you're the one that knows. So come on, let us know.
You think I got the inside scoop on that?
I'm assuming you did.
Not quite. No. Yeah, they
Isn't
don't
that what
quite
you're
fill
hearing?
me on that. No, not
okay.
not exactly. But yeah, apparently, like in the clubhouse, he was a little bit of a problem. So
right.
Maybe it's for the best. I love Puig. I had a great time watching him. Was a huge fan, but maybe it's for the best.
Yeah. See, all right. And we don't know, right? It's clubhouse, right? We don't talk about that.
Right.
No one's supposed to have a camera or filming there. That's clubhouse talk. So one of the things I've heard on the radio was a lot of the non-national players stuck up for Puig.
Really?
So Kenny Jansen, those guys. Oh no, Puig's good. Verdugo. No, Puig's good. Puig's good. It's the white guys.
Right.
They're like, nah, he's bad. This and that. Not good.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Interesting.
My theory is they're just not used to it.
Right.
Latinos, right? Most of us, they say put crema, right? Crema on your tacos. You know what that means?
No, I don't.
The saying is
Something about tacos.
Yeah,
Something about tacos. Now I'm hungry.
It's putting extra sauce.
Oh.
Extra sauce, right?
Right.
They're making it saucy.
So that's Yasiel Puig. That's fuck. The great Vince Scully. What did he call him?
Wild horse.
The wild horse.
Wild horse.
All right. So what did
This
we
guy's
expect?
I know what I'm talking about.
He does. What did we expect? You know, like
Right.
that's he's the wild horse.
Right.
You know, so don't get so upset. Then you know, just go play baseball. That's the problem was that he was. They're saying he was a cancer, and then he would take plays off.
Right.
You know, like you can't when you're playing baseball. You're playing baseball. I coach baseball all the time. Hey, eyes on the ball. Always be ready. You know, that ball might come to you. You never know.
Right.
Right.
You know, he did take a couple plays off. You know, some plays he should have been, you know, on a different part of the field than where he was.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I have seen so many just jaw-dropping defensive plays from Puig.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, yeah.
Literally plays that just made my jaw like on the floor.
Yeah.
So it's a give and take. Give and take. You know, where it's like, you know, sometimes he's maybe not doing everything he should be when he should be, but then other times he just has this electricity, and to a certain point, you kind of gotta let a player like Puig do what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
You know, but he's fun to watch.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's it. And then we could end it at that. He's fun to watch.
Absolutely.
It's Yasiel Puig, you know.
Absolutely.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But as far as like the roster for you think they're done, or you think they should get some more?
The Dodgers
roster.
Craig Kimbrell still is not signed. He's
dude.
still nobody has
glad
Craig
you said
Kimbrell. It's a hot ticket.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's going to be expensive,
I
but
think he's asking for a lot.
he's asking for like $100 million bucks.
And
Literally,
but
like
he,
that
but he
much.
wants he wants like a 4 or 5 year deal.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
So, but it's expensive.
It's a lot.
But at the same time, we are the LA Dodgers. You know, we're a big market team. We do have some money to spend right now. Not a ton, but we do have some money to spend right now. Craig Kimbrell could really help us out a lot because our bullpen does it. It can be rocky.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now we'll be playing with other people's money, so why not just get it, right? Like us fans.
Oh sure,
let's go
yeah.
get
First
it.
is no
Let's go
big
get it.
deal. First is like no problem.
Who cares? It's not my money. Go get
Right.
him. Go get him.
And
You
at the
guys
same
are
time,
billionaires.
And at the same time, you know, like sometimes we say like we want you to spend this money, then they go get Machado, and we still don't win a World Series, and now we lost all that money and our prospects and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
you know,
What do you think about the fan that feels he's deserving?
ooh, can you explain a little
Okay,
further? Could
I'll tell you. I'll
kinda
tell you why.
expand?
Okay.
Is there one specific fan you're
No,
talking about?
no. Just fans.
Talk about me right now?
Fans in general. Fans in
One
general.
fan that I know.
And it goes back to
Yeah.
it goes back to like you know, these kids that we've talked about it, like, you know, they just feel like they're owed something, right?
Right.
So they're
Right.
entitled. There you go. That's the word I was looking
Right.
for.
Well, I think that everybody obviously wants to see their team win,
Right.
you know, and everybody kind of wants to make it about themselves. You know, the players are making it about themselves, which of course they should be.
Mm-hmm.
The management is making it about themselves. Us as the fans, we kind of think like we're the supporters. We want, you know, this and that. It's about us.
Right.
But I think that there is just a lot more to know than fans can know. You know, every fan thinks they're an expert.
That
I
should
think I'm an
know.
expert sometimes, even though I'm definitely not.
Yeah.
When they're not experts, they don't see what's going on behind the scenes. They don't know the intricacies of the game. So I think that sometimes fans need to kind of take a backseat and just kind of realize
yeah.
I don't really know everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And while I want to see my team win a World Series, so do the front office, so do the players. Everybody's working on it. So you just kind of got to be patient.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And where I'm getting to is you get a lot of these people that try to play GM, right?
Right,
You know?
right.
And it's like when you said that about fans, there's things that we just shouldn't know about. And it's because
We
you
don't
know,
need to know
social
about.
media, we don't need to know
Right,
about. Like
right.
I like to hear like for example, there's the right now it's Thursday, the Super Bowl draft NFL draft is going on right now. Or it probably just ended. I didn't go online and check to see 49ers, right? To check to see who the 49ers drafted.
Right.
I mean, I know they got Nick Bosa because he was going to go number 2 and, you know, whatever.
Sure.
But I'm going to wait a couple days and wait to see when the draft is actually over, and then we'll figure it out.
Sure.
And then we'll be like, all right, that's the team I'm going to roll with
Right.
this year.
You know,
You know
I
what I mean?
watched, excuse me, I watched Moneyball recently. Have you guys seen Moneyball?
I still haven't seen it.
You've never seen
Nope,
Moneyball? Oh
nope.
my gosh,
I
that's a
swear.
great. You got to watch it. It's
Yeah.
so good. It really gives a very interesting look into exactly how much goes on behind the scenes for baseball and how much we don't know. Like
Yeah.
strategies they're employing, why
Mm-hmm.
they're playing this player instead of this player, this and that, blah, blah, blah. There's just so much we don't know. All we can see is what's going on in the game and interviews after the game where they're telling us safe answers basically. So
Yeah.
you really don't know what's going on. There's so much more than meets the eye, basically.
But again, going back to it, this is things that we shouldn't know, and we just let it be, man. Watch the game for what
Just
the
go
game
enjoy
is,
the
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, go enjoy the game because
Yeah.
then now you're just like the back, And the thing is that because I have my kid, he's 8 years old, and then he's yelling about stuff like, "Come on, fire Dave Roberts!" I'm like, "Whoa, dude, you don't even know what's going. Yeah, why? Or that guy's trash. These kids are using this word trash now,
Right.
and that means bad. Like,
Right.
oh, that
Right.
guy sucks.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? He's trash.
Right. The thing is, with Dave Roberts, the thing is that since he's been here, the worst place he's gotten us is to the NLCS. One step away from the World Series. Then the other 2 years he was here, we got to the World Series. So it's hard to say that he's doing a really bad job when there's been a lot of success while he's here. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just got outmanaged a couple. But there's always someone better than you. You know what I mean? If he took you all the way to the World Series, but
Right.
someone's better than you.
Well,
It
I mean, the
happens.
Red Sox were amazing last
Great,
year.
dude.
They were a
The
very good
manager
team.
was
And let's
great.
be
The
honest,
team- yeah.
the Red Sox were just a better team than we were last year.
were.
So there's only so much Dave Roberts can do in that situation
Yeah.
when we're playing. Honestly, we're just outmatched.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how it was. So, yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. But this will be the year, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. I was just thinking, what do you do in the off season?
Me?
Yeah.
I work at I have jobs like I work at Target. That's where I'm
Okay.
working right now. I work at Target, and I'm
Damn, Daniel. Oh no, is that that's Target, right? No,
no, it's not
shoes.
Target. That's just shoes. I think.
Oh, okay.
No, but he worked at Target.
Did he really?
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe.
I
Fuck, I
don't
don't
know about that.
I know there was a
don't
Target
fact
stud,
check.
right? There was
Yeah,
like
we don't fact check.
there was like a Target kid that got photographed or something like that.
I think that around there was Damn Daniel, which was just a video of a guy saying to his friends, "Damn Daniel,
About
love
the
those
shoes.
shoes." And then at the same time, there's another guy who's working at Target, a
Oh.
hot guy at Target.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I don't think
okay.
those two things have really.
Okay,
Okay.
each other.
sorry about that.
We're getting our
Yeah.
whatever you call them.
So
mixed
Target.
up.
Target, yeah. And then I go on a lot of auditions. Haven't got anything yet, but
Yeah.
just takes one good audition to get something.
Yeah.
Go on a lot of auditions, and just do that.
All right.
Yeah.
Hold on. And then that's year round. Like Target is even when the Dodgers are away,
Right.
you have your Target job.
Exactly.
Flexible with your hours. You're
Yeah.
able to work in between.
Exactly.
So you're always working there, man. Because with the
Trying my
games and Target,
Trying my best.
that's good.
And
man. He's a-
auditioning.
He's a hustler.
Auditioning, yeah.
Yeah.
I go on a lot of auditions, but there's a lot of people who go on a lot of auditions. So,
Yeah.
it's but
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you get a lot of free time and downtime for your writing?
I do. Yeah, of course,
That's
yeah.
good.
Which is great. It's great to be able to have that too.
Yeah.
Improve myself. So.
Have you always been into that, like writing? When you're as a kid, like journal or anything? Like that? Or-
Yeah, I've always been very into stories and story making and stuff like that. So it's definitely something that's just always kind of been second nature to me.
Yeah.
Telling stories, making stories, and stuff like that. So yeah,
There you go.
I maybe I wasn't the biggest writer, journaling and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
I've always been really. I've always loved stories a lot. So, yeah.
What about the storytelling?
Storytelling, I like
Like
too.
talking?
I like talking. I think I like talking. I think I'm
Yeah.
pretty good at it. So.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Podcast material. Yeah.
No, but I mean, that industry though, the acting industry is huge.
Oh yeah, I mean we're in LA. Come
yeah,
on.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So
Especially where you live.
Yeah.
we're not gonna say where.
No,
he lives.
no.
Yeah.
Off air we talked, but
Sure.
especially where he lives, man.
Is that right?
It's
Yeah.
it's not easy.
What kind of
No.
actors though?
Anywhere from
What kind of films?
but everything.
Oh, right.
Yeah, everything
Yeah.
is in that area. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. But so again, that industry that's big. How tight is it? Is it tight? As far as you know who's coming in, you've seen them at auditions. Hey, what's up? How we
I mean,
doing?
no, I mean, I'm sure once you get to a certain level, it gets a little tighter. But when you're just auditioning, going on auditions, I mean, you don't know anybody. I mean, you're
Yeah.
just kind of going for it. There's so many people, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's not super tight at all.
No.
No.
Well, yeah, because everybody's battling for the same job.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. There's
So
a
it's-
million people going on auditions, so
It's not that clicky, like
No.
bunch of clicks. No.
Do you ever get there and there's a lot of people with red froze?
no, honestly, not really. Crazy hair, sure, but big red hair, not really very often.
Crazy hair. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You think that stops you from getting a certain job? The hair, the crazy hair?
No. I think I think it's definitely to my advantage that I have a look and something that'll get me in the door.
Yeah. Right on. I agree.
I totally agree. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anything about acting, but I agree with that statement.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, something that sets you apart is just a huge tool in acting. So, yeah.
We were talking about Mark earlier. I'm not sure if were we recording when we were talking about that?
No, I don't think so.
We were talking about Mark. We had our previous guest, Mark Krennick, and he had said, whatever you do when you go to the audition, when you go to an interview, you just leave an impression, good or bad.
Absolutely.
You know?
And I think that a lot of it is just, I mean, again, I have never actually booked anything, gotten close a lot of times, but never officially booked anything. But I think it's just kind of being professional and just being somebody they would want to have around, you know? You don't want to be somebody who seems unprofessional or like a dick or whatever. So be somebody who they would want to have around.
Yeah.
That's a lot of it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Because, I mean, you're going to spend a whole lot of time with them, right? So can't be a jerk.
I just really wanted to know, because what you did on the off season, and how long do you plan on pursuing the 50-50?
Yeah. I kind of said coming into this that I would like to do 50-50. I thought like 3 years felt like a good time to do 50-50, and this is my third year. I think this is probably going to be my last year, but maybe next year I'll just do it a lot less or something like that. But I think this is probably going to be my last year. Yeah.
You work every game,
as much as I can.
Yeah.
As much as I can.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be every game, but as much as I can at work. So
seems fun.
It's very fun. I'll definitely miss it when I'm not doing it, but at a certain point, it's like, let's move on. So I think 3 years, it feels like a nice round number to me, and then I can kind of say, let's do something else.
Why don't we close out the show with one of a good story, a 50-50 story that you can remember?
50-50 story, okay. So I'll tell this one. Maybe I'll tell two. How about two? Is that
Two's
okay?
Fine. Two's fine.
So I was working at Dodger Stadium doing 50-50, and I was just selling, and then all of a sudden somebody yells, Carrot Top, and I was like, just kind of brushed over because I hear that so much. Carrot Top. I was like, okay. But then I hear somebody else say like, hey, don't be a jerk or something like that. And then these two guys start getting into it. And I was like, I don't want any part of this. Like I'm not interested in this. And I kind of just let them do their own thing. And I walked away. And then later in the game, all of a sudden this guy comes up to me and he's like, hey man, I'm so sorry. And I was like, oh, for what? And he's like, I called you Carrot Top earlier. I'm so sorry. And I was like, oh, it's okay. That people do that all the time. It's not a big deal. Yeah. And he's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And then he really started talking to me a lot. He's like, hi, my name is Robbie. Like, I'm a huge fan. I was like, oh, cool. Like, yeah, awesome. And I was like, okay, bye-bye. And I kind of just like walked away. I was like, whatever. Yeah. But then after the game, I was sitting down watching the game after I was done working, just sitting there watching the game. All of a sudden, somebody comes and sits next to me. I was like, who is this? And I look over and it's Robbie. It's this guy from the game. And he was like, I was like, why is he sitting next to me? And he just kind of started talking. He was like, great game. We need to win this one, man. We really need to win this one. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. And then I thought it was kind of weird. I was like, when is this guy going to leave? He never left. I was like, okay. And then the next game, I was sitting there again. After the game, Robbie comes up and sits next to me again. I was like, what is with this guy? He's sitting next to me again. And I was like, oh my gosh. But then he kept doing this like game after the game. He kept sitting next to me. Yeah. And after a while, I just got used to it. Yeah. And I just like, all of a sudden I was like, me and Robbie started becoming almost like friends. I was like, oh, this is so nice. Like, and now me and Robbie are like buds. Like we talk all the time and stuff like that while we're at the games. And it's just like, oh, became friends with this guy just because of this. And then my other story I'll tell was
weird.
It was so weird, but I don't know. It's baseball,
but it's cool at the same time. It's weird, but it's kind of cool,
right? Yeah. It's fun. And then my other story was I was selling at it was the game 1 of the NLDS in 2017. So it was a big crowd. We're playing the Diamondbacks, and I had a lot of money on me, so I dropped it off because you can only have so much money on you. So I dropped it off. The game had just started. I didn't have a dime on me, and I was selling. And then I was selling, and then this guy was like, "Oh, I want raffle tickets." And so I start telling him like, "Here's the price points," and then he said, "Okay, I want the $5 ones. We have 3 tickets for $5." 10 for $10 or 60 tickets for $20. Yeah. And so I said, okay, you get a lot more for your money if you buy a little bit more. 3 for 5 tickets not very. Your odds aren't great. Yeah. And he said, I kind of explained that to him, and then he said, are you done? And I was like, yeah. And then he said, I'll have the $5 ticket, and he handed me a 20. And I said, I don't have any change for you to do everything else. And he said, no. And I said, then I can't pay you. And then he said, or I can't run that for you.
Yeah.
He said, then go get some change. And he got real mad. I was like, okay, I'll go get some change. So I walked away, started selling. And then he was not happy about this. He started just saying like, you're a douchebag. You're an asshole. And I was like, dude, like, I don't know what you want from me. Like, I literally said to him, I was like, I don't know what you want from me. He's like, I'm telling your boss.
Yeah.
I was like, go tell my boss. Like, I didn't do anything. Go ahead. And then I basically just walked away, and that was that. And then later in the game, I kind of came back, and some guys around him were like, or not around him, but like guys who had heard that were like, you going to go try to sell to that guy again? I was like, no, I'm not going to try to sell to him again. And that was about that. But yeah, he was crazy.
That is so random. That's weird as shit.
Yeah.
I would have definitely tried to go sell him again, though.
That would be funny.
There's a lot of people drinking, so anything.
Dude,
yeah, I
that's
think
the
the guy
thing,
was
man.
kind of
It's like-
drunk.
Anything could happen.
Yeah.
I mean, and then we didn't even talk about the fights over there, dude. Like, you've heard of the fights. Have you? Dodger fights.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
Dodger
Yeah,
fights.
I know. That's so.
Have you seen any, like, actually go down when you're...
No, I've never seen any punches thrown, but there's a lot of posturing. You know, you see some guys like one time I was
Peacock
selling
chesting.
exactly.
Yeah.
One time this big guy, like the size of a wall, this big guy was just like he was just standing like in his seat. Just like there was nothing really interesting happening. He was just like standing there, and this guy behind him was like, "Dude, sit down." And this big guy, he like turns around and he was like, "All right, let's go. Well, I'll see you after the game, basically."
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Come on, like relax." And then I could see that the guy was like about to maybe make a move, so I kind of told security like, "You might want to make sure that nothing's happening."
Yeah.
So, yeah. But no punches thrown, but definitely some people get angry.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
You know, I've never seen a fight at Dodger Stadium.
Really?
Never. Not like, no. Like, same thing. I've seen a lot of the peacocking, but
Right.
never
Never any
like
fights.
punches thrown. Like, never seen
Have
it.
you ever seen anybody get kicked out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that happens a lot.
Yeah. I don't know what, maybe they did throw a punch, or maybe, I don't know why, but I've seen people get kicked out.
People get thrown a lot, I feel like.
What's the main
Yeah.
reason why someone would get thrown out?
Being drunk
Just
and
being
stupid.
drunk and stupid?
I mean, just
Yeah.
being an idiot, basically.
Yeah.
That's it.
Get his ass out of here.
Yeah.
I could see that
Yeah.
for sure.
It's a lot of just being drunk and kind of like, okay, like just relax.
Yeah.
You know, that's about it.
Shit. Well, there it is, man. Daniel, thanks a lot
Thank
for
you
coming
so
out
much for
here.
having me,
Yeah,
guys.
thanks
This was
for coming
crazy.
on.
It was
For
great.
sure.
Yeah.
Fun.
Remember #Gintro? You said on
That's
camera.
right.
You said you're making that shirt.
I'm gonna make it. I'm purposely gonna go try to find you and just yell, Daniel. I'm gonna look.
Okay.
I made it.
Okay.
No, but you got to have that extra one and just give it to him, too. Give him one.
Yeah. What size?
gotta
What size are you?
A medium.
I'm gonna do
He's a
it. I'm
schmedium.
gonna do it. He's a
Okay.
schmedium. I'm okay.
There you go.
Yeah. So
All
now I
right.
gotta get tickets to the game. I didn't win. I didn't win.
Win him next week.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you comment. That'd be so funny. Winner is right here.
Yeah. It's not
That's
rigged,
funny.
I swear.
Yeah.
Not rigged at all. Thank you though. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me,
outside.
guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. This is Fitty,
I'm Izzy.
and this is How We Talk.
Later, guys.